So, a lot of people don't understand how somebody from the hood, living in the hood, can be an author or can publish a book. And it's sad to me that society has people thinking that most people in the hood or not living in the wealthy districts, because every city doesn't have a suburb. So you just either got middle class, upper class, and lower class in my eyes. But it depends if you're in a rural area or if you're in an urban area as well. So I don't know. I wrote a book and I gave up my $1,400 a month townhouse on the coast near the water. Most of you all should have seen how I lived or where we lived. And I gave it up to save money to come back to Person County where my Safani Indian roots are, between Person and Granville County. And I wanted my grandson to grow up with his heritage and learn his culture. Most of my family was horse breeders or farmers, and Kaden hasn't been around a horse. Even though I might garden, plant seeds here and there, it's nothing consistent. And those are the things that he needs to know to survive. So I did a housing application way back when his mother was pregnant. So about 3.5, 4 years ago, I did an application when he was born. Probably not even 2 weeks old in the hospital, or maybe she was still pregnant. I don't know. But I did an application for her and myself. So if she needed me to be around to help, I'll have that place. So basically my name came up and I took up the offer. I tried to get everybody in the world to live in the place a year, and that I just be eligible for a transfer to get in the home buyers program. But nobody wanted to do it at that time. But once I got to Person County, that's when everybody was like, hey, did you end up going on to get that apartment? And da-da-da. But I was trying to help many of people before. I could have kept my place where I was if I had someone to stay there for a year, and I could have just transferred over to Section 8 or some other program where I didn't have to pay full rent. I mean, I'm raising my grandson, and it's expensive. I don't get the opportunity to go out there and just splurge my money like I used to on bull crap. Not only that, I feel like I'm a little bit behind, because no matter how many properties I've had in life, right now when it matters, I don't have any. And I want something to lead to my grandson or my children, because homelessness is serious, and I don't want any of them to have to experience that from a bad relationship or job layoffs or job instability or anything like that. I just want to make sure and to know that they have what they need and everything's being taken care of. So if you want to know how somebody in the hood wrote a book and da-da-da-da, whatever else y'all talking about, that's how. And on top of that, anywhere else you move, your rent is going to be $1,400 period. For instance, like my rent was $1,400 regardless. Don't matter what month, don't matter how much money I made for the month. It doesn't matter. All they know is on the 1st, your rent needs to be paid $1,400 in full. And after 5 p.m. on the 1st, it's late. And that's how my complex was. Now, living in housing and in the hoods, it's based on your income. If your income stops, your rent changes. If you get a job, your rent changes. If your income stops, your rent changes. So you're not always stuck there like, oh my God, my rent $1,400. I just lost my job. How the hell am I gonna make it? You feel me? You like, oh, I just lost my job. My rent $1,400, but let me call and tell them so they can make an adjustment. See, that's the difference between landlords and housing programs. It's based on your income. If your income dropped down to zero, these people is going to give you a calculated amount of your rent that's going to keep you in budget and to keep you off the streets versus a regular residence. So what some of you have to do is just really get out there. If you living with somebody else, if you homeless, but you living with somebody else, like I said, if you don't have your own place because you don't have your own job or the resources you need or certain things that you need to do, you feel me? Like really think about housing options. Who cares what anybody has to say? Save your money, stay in your budget. Most of the people that have something to say is seriously struggling every month. They struggling to pay a car note, struggling to pay rent, struggling to buy groceries, struggling to buy clothes and shoes. You know, so you just really gotta think about the life that you want to live and how or what will work better for you and your benefit to stretch yourself out there, even though you got it. Excuse me. Even though you got it, stretch yourself out there and pay $1,400 of market rent, or get on some of these programs and get the assistance that you need. I mean, you're already below a certain percentage of housing criteria if you don't have your own house, or if you're staying with someone else, or if you've been late with your rent a couple of times. You know what I mean? So just weigh your options, real talk, and get yourself some help. Shit. And when you get situated, write a book or do something you love that's not supposed to be done in an area you moved to. Basically. With all that being done, thank y'all for the support. Thank y'all for listening to me coming back from my doctor's or dentist appointment.